Let's start our first example to see how all of this theory that you've just learned now gets applied. Example 1. The following information relates to AA traders for May 2025. Required 1.1. Prepare the additional entries in the cash journals of transactions that appears on the bank statement but not yet in the cash journals. Start the cash journals with the provisional column totals on the answer sheet. 1.2. Prepare the bank account on 31 May 2025 and determine the balance. And 1.3. Prepare the bank reconciliation statement for May. So if we go to our information, number 1, the balance of the bank account is 15,000, so that will be our opening bank balance on the debit side of our general ledger account. Then I'm giving you 2 extracts of your journals. I'm giving you your cash receipts journal and your cash payments journal. For your cash receipts journal, you must know that your bank has provisional totals, revenue and cost of sales, as well as your sundry accounts, and the same with your cash payments. It all has provisional opening totals. So we're going to need that when you look at your answer sheet. You're going to start with these provisional totals as your first step. On the next page of the question paper, number 3, they are now giving us our bank statement obtained for May. So your bank statement will show all your debits and all your credits. Now, what we have to do is we have to reconcile our bank recon to this statement. So we do that by having a look at both journal extracts from the previous page as well as this bank statement, and then we also take into account the additional information to see which errors and omissions have taken place that now needs to be rectified. So if we read our additional information, number 4.1, an EFT number 23 on the 5th of May appears correctly on the bank statement but was wrongly recorded as 8,100 Rand in the cash payments journal. Then 4.2, the deposit on the 10th of May by G. Singh is related to a building that he is renting from us. 4.3, the cash deposit on 17 May was correctly recorded on the bank statement but was wrongly entered as 1,600 Rand in the cash receipts journal. 4.4, the deposit on 19 May is from H. Black, a debtor whose account was previously written off as irrecoverable. 4.5, the cash deposit on 22 May was shown incorrectly as 5,600 Rand on the bank statement. The amount in the cash receipts journal is the correct amount. 4.6, the debit order on 25 May to TS municipality is with regard to water and electricity. And the last additional information, 4.7, the debit order on the 27th of May to OUTsurance is related to the insurance of the entity. So now when you go to your answer sheet, we are going to take this additional information and step by step I will explain exactly how we're going to rectify from additional information 4.1 to 4.7. Let's have a look at our 2 journals first. We're going to have a look at our cash receipts journal and our cash payments journal. Step 1 is you're going to put your provisional totals as your first entry for both journals. So at your cash receipts journal, the day was the 31st, your details will be provisional totals. Then under bank, revenue, cost of sales and sundries, these amounts 162,600, 141,000, 70,500 and 21,600 is derived from your question paper under additional information number 2. Right at the bottom of your cash receipts journal was your closing totals for bank, revenue, cost of sales and sundries. So that's your starting point. And the same with your extract of your cash payments journal. Your starting point will be all your provisional totals on the 31st on your cash payments journal. So that is your first step. You're going to take your 2 cash journals and you're going to enter your opening provisional totals, because we now have to determine if this total is correct or not according to our latest bank statement that was given. Now let's go and record our first entry by reading additional information 4.1. EFT 23 on the 5th of May appears correctly on the bank statement. So now if you go to the top and you read your bank statement, you will see that on the 5th, detail says EFT 23, and in the debit column, you've got an amount of 1,800 Rand. Now it says that this is the correct amount. So now you go tick at your bank statement that the error was not in the bank statement. That is correct. So now let's read further. That it was wrongly recorded as 8,100 Rand in the cash payments journal. So the error took place in my cash payments journal. What did I do? Instead of paying 1,800 Rand, I paid 8,100 Rand. So I paid too much. So the difference between 8,100 and 1,800 is 6,300 Rand. The rule is I must now use the opposite journal to rectify this error. So if the entry originally went into my cash payments journal, my opposite journal is now my cash receipts journal. So now we are going to put additional information 4.1 into our cash receipts journal. So it came directly from our bank statement under documents. The day will all be on the 31st. I'm correcting EFT 23, so in details you're going to say correction of EFT 23 and you can say P&A. In my bank account I will have 6,300 Rand, and because it is for stationery, I do not have a column for stationery, so it will have to go to sundry accounts, and in details I will write stationery. So we had to use our contra journal, which is our opposite journal of CPJ. The opposite of CPJ is CRJ. The amount of money that I paid too much, I now use my CRJ to rectify this error so that my bank account and my bank statement balance can balance out. Additional information 4.2. The deposit on the 10th of May by G. Singh is related to a building that he is renting from us. So if we go to the bank statement at the top, we will see that on the 10th of May, there's a direct deposit, G. Singh, in the credit column for 12,000. So it is correct in our bank statement. So we have to now and record it in our cash receipts journal because we previously did not record this income into our cash receipts journal as it wasn't reflecting on our statement yet. So you will say document is bank statement. My details is G. Singh. 12,000 in my bank column and 12,000 in my sundries column, and my details is rent income. Now I've recorded this income that I previously missed, so my bank account in my cash receipts journal must go up with this transaction 4.2 rent income. Additional information 4.3. The cash deposit on the 17th of May was correctly recorded on the bank statement. So if you go to your extract of your bank statement, you will see on the 17th of May, there's a cash deposit of 16,000. Now that is correct. So you can go tick that the bank statement was correct. Then if we read further, it says, but was wrongly entered as 1,600 Rand in the cash receipts journal. So an error took place in my cash receipts journal. Instead of recording that I'm receiving 16,000, I've only recorded 1,600. So I recorded too little. So now I just need to add more income into this journal. So I just need to fix the amount in my cash receipts journal. So the difference between 16,000 and 1,600 rand is 14,400. So I must still receive another 14,400 towards rental income from Mitchell, my tenant. So let's go fix this error in my CRJ. So my document was bank statement, and the details I will write G Mitchell correction, 14,400 in bank, 14,400 under sundries, and my details is rent income. Now my bank account and my bank recon statement will be in balance. Additional information 4.4. The deposit on the 19th of May from H Black. So let's just go to our bank statement at the top. Do you see on the 19th of May we've got a direct deposit H Black for 13,000. H Black is a debtor whose account was previously written off as irrecoverable. So we have bad debts recovered recorded in our bank statement above, but we never recorded this income in our cash receipts journal. So now we need to go to our cash receipts journal. Our document is bank statement. Our details will be H Black, 13,000 rand in bank, 13,000 rand under sundries, and our details will be bad debts recovered. We have now recorded an additional income of 13,000 rand into our cash receipts journal that we previously did not record because it's only reflecting on our bank statements now. Now our bank statement and our bank account will be in balance. Additional information 4.5. The cash deposit on 22 May was shown incorrectly as 5,600 rand on the bank statement. So if you go to the top to your bank statement, you will see the cash deposit is 5,600 rand. Make a cross next to that amount, because that was the incorrect amount. If you page to the front of your question paper, where you go to your cash receipts journal extract, on the 22nd, it should be 56,000 rand. So we have made an error, but this time the error was not made in the cash receipts journal. The cash receipts journal is correct. So go highlight 56,000 in your cash receipts journal and make a tick. That amount is correct. So if we read 4.5 again, the correction needs to be made from our bank statement. Our bank statement was incorrect. So the difference between 56,000 rand and 5,600 rand must be corrected in our bank reconciliation statement. We will deal with that on the next page when we do our bank reconciliation statement. So just make a star next to 4.5. We have not recorded it yet because we are now only completing our cash receipts journal and our cash payments journal. This is a correction that takes place in our bank reconciliation statement. So in highlight 4.5, we are going to fix it on the next page when we get to our bank reconciliation statement. Now let's read 4.6. The debit order on 25 May to TS Municipality is with regards to water and electricity. So let's go to our bank statement. Our debit order TS Municipality is 6,700 rand. This is an expense that we've already accounted for on our bank statement, but we have not entered that expense in our journal. The journal we use to record expenses is our cash payments journal. So we need to go put the municipality as an expense into our cash payments journal. So let's go to our cash payments journal. Our document will be bank statement, also on the 31st. Our details will be TS Municipality, 6,700 in our bank column, and 6,700 in sundries, water and electricity will be our details. We have now recorded this expense that we previously did not record because it was a debit order. It only appeared a few days later. Now our expense is recorded in our CPJ, so now our bank account will balance with our bank statement. Additional information 4.7. The debit order on the 27th of May to OUTsurance is related to the insurance of the entity. So if you go to your bank statement and you go to the 27th, you will see there's a debit order OUTsurance for 3,300 Rand in the debit column. Again, it's a debit order that was reflected on our bank statement, but it's an expense that was not reflected in our bank account yet, so we need to go put it into our CPJ journal. So our document will be bank statement, our details will be OUTsurance, bank will be 3,300, sundries will be 3,300, and my details will be insurance. Now I've recorded this expense, so now my balance of my bank account will reconcile with my bank statement. Now that we've recorded all our additional information, we have to refer back to our bank statement and see if there's any other incomes or any other expenses that we have not taken into account into our journals. So if you go to your bank statement, from the 30th, there are extra costs, EFT costs, internet bank fees, cash handling fees, debit order costs. Those costs are known as bank charges. So we are going to add those four amounts up. So 274 plus 220 plus 3480 plus 200 gives me 4174 as bank charges. Now bank charges is an expense, so we know that we need to record that into our cash payments journal. But these are expenses that we will only get at the end of the month once we've received our bank statement. So that is why we are now going to record these additional bank charges into our cash payments journal. So it's BS as document. Details will be ABSA. ABSA is charging us these bank charges. 4174 in bank, 4174 in sundries, and my details will be bank charges. If you also go to your bank statement given to us for May 2025, you will see right at the bottom there's an amount for interest, 374, in the credit column. So if the interest is on the credit column of your bank statement, it is a favorable interest, known as interest on current account. So we will then record that interest in our cash receipts journal. So in our cash receipts journal, we're going to say bank statement. Again, it's ABSA, 374 in bank, 374 in sundries, and our details will be interest on current account. It's a favorable interest, interest on favorable bank balance. A credit interest on your bank statement is a favorable interest that goes to your cash receipts journal. Now we have finally completed all the last few transactions for our cash receipts journal. So let's add up our new totals. So bank is now 208,674. Sales is 141,000. Cost of sales is 70,500. And my sundry amounts account is 67,674. We've also completed all our additional cash payment journal transactions. Our bank total is now 80,474. Our inventory is 38,000. Our discount received is 650. Our creditors control is 12,050. And our sundry account is now 34,074. Now that we've got our new correct bank totals, we can now complete our bank account on the next page. Let's complete our bank account. We know bank is an asset plus minus. We have an opening bank balance on the debit side. And if you go to your information number 1, it says the balance of the bank account on the 1st of May is 15,000. So our balance brought down is 15,000. Now we can complete our bank because we've got our correct CPJ, correctified if you want to call it CPJ total, and our new correct CRJ total. So our cash receipts journal was 208,674. Our cash payments journal was 80,474. Now we can calculate our balance carried down, and that is the same balance that we will bring forward on the 1st of June. So if we add up the debit side of our bank account, we get 223,674 as a total. We know the credit side must also equal to 223,674. So the difference on the credit side is 143,200, and that is the balance that we will bring forward on the 1st of June, 143,200. The last thing that we now need to do is a new statement called a bank reconciliation statement. Our bank reconciliation statement is a new format that you've got to study. You're always going to start with your balance according to your bank statement. It can be a credit or a debit balance. Then you will credit any outstanding deposits. You will debit any outstanding EFTs. There can be quite a few, sometimes 2 to 3. Then you will credit any error fault made, was it a faulty deposit or any faulty area, and then you will have a debit or credit balance according to bank account. Once you've entered all of these transactions, you will add your debit and credit columns, and then those two answers must be the same in order to balance. If we go to our bank reconciliation statement, and you go to your bank statement given to you at additional information number 3, you will see that your balance for your bank statement at the end of May was 70,000. So let's go and record that into our bank reconciliation statement. We have a credit balance of 70,000 according to our bank statement. Then, if you go to your cash receipts journal under additional information number 2, we could tick all the entries except for 28,000, the last entry on the 29th. That entry is not in our bank statement, because if you want to double check it, the entries for 35,000 and 22,000 is on your bank statement. You will see 35,000 is recorded on the 8th on your bank statement, and 12,000 is recorded on the 10th on your bank statement. If you go to your cash receipts journal, tick along with me. So 35,000 is in your bank statement, make a tick. 22,000 is in your bank statement, make a tick. 56,000 is not. So now we're going to record that in our bank recon statement, and 28,000 is also not. So let's go put those two entries into our bank reconciliation statement. So the 28,000 is an outstanding deposit. So we credit outstanding deposits 28,000. And the 56,000, remember I told you to go highlight or make a star at transaction 4.5. Now we can go enter that error in our bank reconciliation statement. 4.5 said the cash deposit on 22 May, which we have now seen is 56,000, was shown incorrectly as 5,600 on the bank statement. The amount in the cash receipts journal is correct. So because the amount in the cash receipts journal is correct, we do not go and fix that in our cash receipts journal, but we have to go fix the error in our bank reconciliation statement. We are going to say credit faulty deposit, and we're going to take the difference, which is 56,000 minus 5,600 to give us 50,400. Show the calculation in brackets. So how did I get 50,400? It's 56,000 minus 5,600. It's the difference. So the error was from the bank itself, from our bank statement. So we need to go fix our bank reconciliation statement with that difference. Then if you also go to your tax payments journal extract, you will see that EFT number 28 and 29 is not on your bank statement. 800 Rand and 4,400, if you go to your bank statement, you will see those two amounts do not appear on your bank statement, which means we have to go put it into our bank reconciliation statement under debit outstanding EFTs. So the two that's still outstanding is number 28 and number 29. Number 28 is for 800 and number 29 is for 4,400. And then if you go to the top of your bank account, we have a balance. We had a debit balance according to bank account. If you go to the top, it was worked out as 143,200 when we completed our bank account on the debit side. So you're going to say 143,200 on the debit side. Now we've completed all our transactions for our bank reconciliation statement on 31 May. We're going to now add up our debit column to give us a total of 148,400. We're also going to add up our credit column to give us a total of 148,400. We've now come to the end of this example.